Alright guys, welcome back. It's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. Al beat me up so my throat's all dry.
Sure.
Are you Al? You're Al.
This
is Royal. So we're at GP Vegas 2019. God, I sound like a fucking donkey. Yeah. Alright. This is the patron winner. Not patron winner, sorry. The essay contest winner for 2019, Royal. Royal's going to share about his essay, and I'm very proud of him. I think it was close. I forgot how many we had submissions, but it was well over 50, I think it might even be 100. I have to look back, but I think it's at least over 50. And there's a lot of awesome essays, but Royal actually was the only essay that focused only on being, if you, what if you were the Magic CEO? Can you pass the coffee over there for me? No. If you were the if you were, there's 3 questions, and Royal answered that question as his only choice. Some people answered it like all 3. I think it was life experience was the other one that changed your life, and the other one was what was the other one? Why do you love Magic so much, or old school, something like that. Just, and you can do whatever you want. Royal actually only focused on being the CEO of Magic. So, Royal, you take it away, and we have Edwin, Jeremy, and Clint. They'll ask questions after. Go ahead. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Sure. So the whole concept of the essay was changing perspectives from short-term profitability into a long view for the strength of the entire product and long-term profitability. So most large corporations will not sacrifice short-term profitability for anything in order to keep their stock prices high. And so this was kind of a short-term gamut as being a CEO, because you're definitely going to get fired in 3 to 5 years. But a lot of it is centered around the third space. It's a psychologist concept of, we all have 3 spaces in our lives. One space is with our family, another space is with work, and then we have a third space where we gather socially. And for many of us in Magic, it's local game stores.
Sure.
And over the past decade, Wizards has shifted the burden of cost and distribution onto the game stores, making it incredibly hard to have profitability at that second distribution tier to stay in business. And the whole thing with the paper Magic is, if you don't have somewhere to play and somewhere to be social, it's a concept that's going to die, because not everyone can fly out to GPs every weekend to go play their favorite game. And so local game stores are really kind of the backbone of how distribution happens with paper Magic. So a lot of the essay was around, how can we incentivize LGSs to stay in business and get people in the door? One concept was to create something similar to like a Starbucks rewards card, where Wizards of the Coast will incentivize players to go in and buy boxes specifically with stores, or buy single cards with specific stores, and get exclusive rewards from using LGSs versus buying on eBay from some of the larger distributors. Another concept was to have an emerging artist series of cards. So with your Friday night promos, you have really popular Instagram alter people design actual cards for the artwork that you hand out for Friday Night Magic, and have those cards be something that's applicable to the current format. So it's a shorter print turnaround time, which is a higher cost if you're familiar with printing, but then you're still going to get useful cards in the players' hands that they want, driving traffic into Friday Night Magic, instead of having predetermined prizes years in advance.
Yeah, when they did Serum Visions as the FNM promo, I went to every FNM that while they did that.
Exactly.
100%.
So imagine Serum Visions with alternate art from an emerging artist. So it's a lower cost perspective getting emerging artists, and at the same time you're banking up popular emerging artists to be in your fold of the entire Magic community. And so they're going to bolster their sales in the long term by giving up part of their profitability to the stores. So one thing I'll address in my essay that I was completely wrong about was, I thought Arena was a bad direction to go, because Magic is such a complicated game. Getting all of those concepts into one game was going to be very, very difficult, and I thought going with a Commander variant online game would be more profitable in the long run. Well, a year later, it turns out Arena is one of the most exciting things out there for Magic. And so it's a great product that has helped ramp up their entire buy-in from esports gaming perspective. So new players are coming in, and a lot of them are converting over to paper Magic because they like the social aspect with the friends where they can go to an LGS and play in person, have a drink, have a snack.
I was really surprised by Arena as well, how well it did.
Now, I'm still adamant that Magic Online is going to end up going away because Arena's UI is so much easier to use, and as they're adding in more formats, I think it's going to replace online altogether. But that was the major gist of the entire essay, was really about sacrificing short-term profitabilities and getting that third space back for people so they have somewhere where they can continue to play Magic.
Awesome.
All right, questions?
Well, I don't have a question. I'm going to throw a comment out there that, should I go on the camera while I'm talking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll over all the stuff. Be louder, guys.
Jump.
Okay. So, comment that I want to throw in there is Daniel asked me and Rudy and others to actually go review all the essays. And yours was the number one that I picked, and I was very confident in it. And part of the reason is very pro, what the whole essay contest was about. The other reason was selfish, and I'll just admit that. So, so the pro side was that I really liked how you had taken the time to analyze all those different scenarios and think about it. Because, this was a vintage Magic contest about the card market and Magic overall. And it seemed appropriate to me to, for an essay, you wanted it to be a well-written essay. You wanted it to be thoughtful. You wanted it to be kind of focused on Magic the Gathering and the markets and how things are going and how Wizards is doing. It made sense to me for it to be in that kind of context. So I liked it that you stuck to the context. Many of them were just I've had a really hard life. All these things happened to me, my parents, all these sad stories, some of them were very sad. And then it's oh yeah, by the way, I played Magic once 2 years ago. And it's kind of okay, I'm sad for everything that happened to you, but this is a Magic essay contest. So you stuck to the subject really well, and I liked that. The second thing about that topic was that I thought that the things that you said showed a lot of thought. And so you didn't just sit down and just barf out an essay. You'd actually spent time thinking about all those topics. And some of the things you said I agreed with, some of them I thought, would be a good discussion. But anyways, there was a lot of thought that was put into it, and I really appreciated that. Now, for the selfish part of it, I actually looked at yours and thought, this is a person I want to hang out with. Because here's somebody who, they actually enjoy the cards, they enjoy the game, they spent time thinking about it, you just seem to be the kind of person that I just really felt like I would have a good time hanging out with, and I knew that Daniel was intending on the essay winner to be someone that would bring along with us to the events, right? And so the selfish part of me just wanted somebody there that I thought would be a fun person to hang out with. So, yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you.
And it was a massive disappointment. Because the entire weekend I've been oh God, this guy. That's kidding.
He bought CE cards, so I'm happy.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the stuff he bought was amazing.
So talk about the experience, coming out.
Yeah,
it was an amazing experience. I got out here.
My voice is gone. So
yeah.
We got out here Thursday, and I met them in the morning for some breakfast. We went and checked out the GP, saw the vendors, saw the artists, met a lot of new people, a lot of new friends. Thursday night we came back, played an amazing mini poker tournament for the Vintage Magic Open, followed up by Old School right after it, which was just a blast. It was a ton of fun. Friday we all went over to the convention to play an Old School tournament, which was a ton of fun. Met a lot of people that I've played with online all across the country in person, made a lot of new friends. We just had a lot of great discussions. We were out, had some good dinners, and it was a lot of fun. Saturday, I got to see what it was like a day in the life of Daniel and being a high-end dealer and the kind of deals you make and the kind of cards you see, which was just mind-boggling. And seeing some of the stuff, some of the rarest stuff I've ever seen in my life, looking through Tavis's not misprint collection, the History of Magic collection.
That's a better way to phrase it, yeah.
It was amazing, and looking
We're in
through,
Tavis.
I got to see an entire alpha set for the first time in my life and hold cards I've never would expect to have seen, and seeing some of the Summer Magic cards up close in person and some of the art up close in person was just a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'll remember forever. And then just all the play testing that we did till 2, 3, 4 in the morning with our old school decks was just a blast. It was just fun, and then getting all the feedback in real time on decks, deck techs, and what the meta is going to be like was just a great experience overall.
Yeah, did we do those videos on my camera or was it his camera?
Hey, real quick, swap up out. So Tavis,
Yeah, so we did deck techs. Like several people in there were asking me to review their decks and go over them and stuff like that. Those were fun.
all right, well, let's swap out Tavis.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm being told to get off the camera. Bye everybody.
Good morning.
So Tavis, sorry, my voice.
Yeah.
So Royal's leaving, so he won the essay contest. Any thoughts on Magic Finance or maybe your experience with him? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I had a great time getting to
Still
know
running,
you.
right?
I wish you could stay longer.
You
Me
did
too.
a
Wish
little
we could all
focus.
stay longer.
Hi. You can pause it or- Just
Yes,
pause it.
it's on the top.
Now that was the misprint part of the video.
Yep.
We're back. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of wish we got to spend more time together.
Yeah, I've learned more. I thought I knew what Magic the Gathering was before I got here this trip, and I clearly don't know anything about the game at all. Not even a little. It's the depth of knowledge that Tavis had is just amazing.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll finish it up.
Okay.
Thanks, Tavis. Do you have anything you want to say about your experience?
Boy,
Go ahead.
so like my time here, yeah, I had a great time again. It's wonderful to meet everyone. That's really what this is all about. It's bringing people together, meeting all the people that you only talk to online the rest of the year, and having a good time. Yeah.
What do you think about Royal? You know what Royal is? Royal is pretty much this. Thanks, Tavis.
Yeah, sure.
It's a good focus.
I may have yelled at it.
All right, so let me close out because we got to get going. So I'm gonna play the old school Magic Championship. There was some controversy, so I got to go back and play, and we got to get going. But Royal, thank you so much for your experience, friendship. It's been incredible. It's like you're like an old friend that I already kind of know. So
Yeah.
So I want to give you that, and you're Royal's a father, husband, and it's like Edwin is right, but the thing is, how I chose the winner, it's the whole combination. It's not really just the influence of the friends. It was just the fact that I took the time to read everybody's essays, and there was a lot of incredible essays about relationships, drugs, going through challenges in life, a lot of heartbreak and stuff, which I've gone through too myself. And it wasn't just because Royal wrote about Magic Finance. That's not about what it is only. It was because I think the overall package, because one of the things I realized about Royal is also a patron. That didn't really matter either.
The total package.
He also, what really intrigued me about him was Edwin's right on the sense that is this someone I could really engage with and learn, and we can both learn from each other. And I've learned a great deal about life, and I think that's important because, as you know, in this channel, it's all about relationships. We're not doing this to make money. I mean, if you think we're making money on this YouTube thing, no, don't worry about it.
No.
We're not making money on the YouTube thing. But obviously, I sell cards and do stuff for a living. But I think, Royal can see that, hopefully, that it's a personal thing. It's not just selling cards. It's the experience of life. And now we've done this Vegas thing, now for 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
3 fucking years. And where's, Rudy's probably eating inside here. I don't know where he's at. Where's Paul? But we missed him. Regardless of what happens, but we missed him, and we wish he could come back, or other friends we haven't seen. So, and Open Boosters was here also. And it was an incredible experience.
Seeing him.
So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And next year I'll do another contest for 2020. So get prepared for that. And I hope to see you next time, man.
Oh, we'll come next week for
All
sure.
right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you everyone for supporting our channel. It means a lot to me that you're enjoying the content we're putting out there. I have a Patreon page that supporters have access to special perks and rewards. Become a supporter at patreon.com/vintagemagic. As a patron, you receive exciting pricing on sealed product, flash sales, annual gifts, and personalized consulting services from me. Again, thank you for subscribing to our videos and supporting the channel. I love meeting players, collectors, and investors all over the world. If you see me at a Grand Prix, please come by and say hi. I would love to meet you. Thank you everyone for your support and friendship.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.